Today, I'm going to tell you the most autistic and most basic, simplest way on how to explain RPE, RIR, and percentages when you're lifting. So, whether it's a strength program, a powerlifting program, this is more specific for like powerlifting programs, but a lot of people do use RPE, RIRs, and percentages. So, let's get into what these are and show a couple examples and give you a better idea of what these are. Because there are a lot of people that don't know what they are, but we all gotta learn one way or another, right? So let's start off with RPE. RPE, rate of perceived exertion. That's what it stands for. A subjective numerical scale used to measure the intensity of physical exercise based on how hard you feel your body is working. In other words, I like to say this is more a subjective thing. This is more on how you are feeling after the lift, how the weight is moving on the day of. So one day you can be doing a 300 squat and it'll feel good. But then the next week you do the same 300 pound squat and it'll feel harder. So it all depends on the day of, depending on how you recover, depending on how you feel, honestly. And so this RPE has a scale. The scale is rating from 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. So 1 basically means it's... Wait, did I make the Z right? Yeah, I did. Easy. 10 means hard. So when we're doing RPEs, most of the time when you're working with them, you're not going to go anywhere below like 5. So RPE 3, 2, like 1, there is a high chance you're barely going to ever go within that range. The more common ranges is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 being the hardest. So how do you really base it on a scale? Real quick example is, I'll show you later on, but let's say I do a lift. Let's say I do a bench and I have to do a bench of RPE 8. That means that when I do my set of RPE 8, I should have 2 left, 2 more reps in the tank. So that means it would be an RPE 8 out of the 10, right? I have 2 more left. So this is how you basically use it on the scale. It's kind of like the other way around, right? So if you think RPE 7, okay, what is 7 plus 3? It's 10. RPE 8, what is 8 plus 2? 10. So that means you had, number 1, 3 left in the tank, or number 2, 2 left in the tank. Pretty easy to kind of like get the hang of it, right? Once you start using it more, it'll feel and be a lot easier. So that is what RPE is. Now let's go to the next one. What is RIR? It just means reps in reserve. It's a gym term measuring how many more reps you could have performed before reaching technical failure. This means how many more reps you got left. How many more did you have after you were done that set? For this one, I like to say it's more a objective thing. So if you're doing tricep row push downs and you gotta do 3 RIR, which means you gotta do a set that when you do it, you should have 3 reps in reserve, 3 more reps in the tank. 2 RIR means you gotta have 2 reps in the tank. So this one's honestly pretty straightforward. More objective. It's just when you're programming or you get programmed a 3 RIR, 2 RIR, 1 IRR, that means you just have 3 reps, 2 reps, or 1 reps left in the tank. This is pretty quick. Honestly, it's pretty easy to know what this is. So now let's talk about percentages. So I'm not too sure if I added here. Yeah, I did. Okay. So percentages. Percentages are basically your calculation based off your 1 rep max. Once again, I'll explain it real quick. We'll go more into detail about it in a little bit. But this is basically percentages similar to RPE, but now it's going to be more a percentage base. So real quick example. You have one set of 2 reps of 80% of your 1 rep max. So that just means whatever your 1 rep max is, just times that by 0.80 because 80%, and that will give you the number that you will have to do for that rep and for that set. Once again, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. It's not that complicated. So let's go into some of the examples so you kind of can grasp of how it looks like in action. So let's look at this. Let's say we're going to go we'll do this one on RPE. And let's see the video and see what it looks like. Don't mind my writing, by the way. Fuck. Let's see it. So here I have a bench press. 3 resin silver. I believe I did 3 reps for this. One more. Boom. Now, that day of, I was feeling pretty good. I was actually feeling really good. And after this set, I did go up. But when you look at this set, what do you see? It moved fairly quick. And because it's more subjective how did I feel and how it moved, I would say this is an RPE 7. Because if I really wanted to, I could have done 3 more. Oh my god, don't mind that RPE. Don't mind that 7. What the fuck is... Yo, I'm still trying to get used to writing with my mouse. But anyway, this is the RPE 7. Because I could have done 3 more. So on a scale, RPE 1 to 10, I could have done 3 more, which means this is a 7. So now let's use this as an RIR. This example. Let's watch it. So here, I did dips. I did probably like the last couple of reps of my dips. Boom and boom. So I believe I did 2 plates of this, and with this, as you can tell real quick when you look back at it, where is it? 2 RR. With good form and technique, I would say I would have 2 more left. So it'd be RIR of 2. So kind of, if you want to kind of like remember what the differences are between the RPE and the RIR, just think about they're the opposite. So RPE 7, 3 more left. 2 reps in reserve. They're kind of like the opposite on the scale. But yeah, here I could have done 2 more left. After that, I probably would be fucking up my form, or I would have failed. All right. Now, these 2, let's do RPE. Where can I measure? Where can I do it? Right here. RPE for this one. RP. God damn. For this one. Oh my god. Hold up. No, I give up. Whatever. Whatever. Okay. Let's do the bench first. So for this one, actually, I was supposed to pause a little longer on the bottom part. So you can see that like I didn't pause long enough on the bottom part. But this is an RPE 9. I would give this a 9 because if I really wanted to, I could have done 1 more touch and go. But after that, no go. It ain't coming up. It's staying on my chest, and I'm going to stay there. So that would be an RPE 9 for sure. It wouldn't be an 8 or a 7 because I don't think I could have done 2 more, 3 more, especially when I'm doing fucking 440 pounds. No, that's too much. This one's deadlift. I did this for, I believe, 5 reps. So we'll take a look at that. 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's a struggle a little bit. There's a struggle. 5. Boom. Let's see the last rep again. The last rep. Oh, right. So this one, you can kind of also go in between the 8 and the 9s. So like, I would give this a 8.5. Because I could have done maybe 1.5 more rep. Like I probably would have done one more rep for sure, and maybe go up halfway and then failed. But yeah, so I would say like 8.5 or 9, around there. That's like a good sweet spot. Which means if I done 2, who knows? If I attempted it, I could have done maybe a rep and a half left. But it all depends how much I could have pushed and like how the other reps moved, right? And I actually didn't move that bad. Yeah, I think 8.5, closer to a little close to 9, but not there yet. Not there yet. So there you go. That is basically how you can understand the differences between the RPE and the RIR, and just visuals on how it looks like in training. So then when you do this, you can record yourself and you can watch over and see how it looked. And when you're doing it on the day up, you can see also how you feel and how it's moving. So there you go. Now let's quickly go through the percentages examples. So real quick, percentages. My PR, let's do bench, for example. So my bench PR, is 440, right? 440 lbs, right? So 440 lbs. If let's say I am given 3 sets by 3 reps. Oops. At, let's say, 75%. Fairly light, not too heavy, right? You're given this. You're like, what's the weight? Everyone has a phone. You have to have a phone. Everyone has a phone. If not, you must have like a calculator or something, right? So you want to pull out your calculator. Boom, right here. And we're going to do the math. My PR is 440. So 440 times, got to make sure we add the 0.75. This is going to give us our working sets. This is going to show us, okay, we have 3 sets of 3 reps of 330 pounds. So our number is going to be 330 lbs. That is going to be our working set. So then when we're logging in and we're tracking our workouts, we're going to put it somewhere there. We're going to track it down like that, right? So there you go. Boom. 3 sets of 3 reps at 75%. You kind of get the point, right? I'm pretty sure you get the point. If we really need to, we can do another one, right? We'll do another different one. So we'll do let's just go right here real quick. So let's say we got to do a 1 by 1 at 90%. So let's say we have to do 1 set of 1 rep at 90% based off our 1 rep max. So we'll do the example with our squat. So my squat right now is 573 for now. It will be going up, and it is. So what is this going to equal to? Pull out the calculator, and we do 573 times 0.90. What does that give us? 515, which means we're going to have to do 1 set of 1 rep of 515 pounds. You put those weight up, you work up to it, then your first working set is going to be a 515-pound squat. And there you go. So that is basically the most simplest, basic way to explain RPE, RIR, and percentages. I'm no scientist. I don't do those articles. I don't do none of that. I just do it on what makes it easy to remember and how to properly label this as an RP8 or 2RR or anything like that, right? Especially percentages. Percentages is so easy to do. You just gotta do the calculations real quick and boom, you're good to go. But yeah, there you go. That is how you do it. Hope this helps on getting better at this. And it just takes time. You kind of have to like see how it feels the first couple of times. Give it a couple of weeks because you might be off at one point, or you might be going too light. You might be too conservative. So it's all in just like playing around with the weights and seeing how you feel that day and just getting better at practice and practice and practice. So there you go. Other than that, guys, if you would like, I have a program, a 12-week program that has RPE, percentages, RIRs on it. So if you like that, click on the link description below. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So hope this helps. Until next time, peace.